The person of the year who, for better or for worse, had the most influence on the news in 2024 is Donald Trump.
Many will hate it, and they are certainly entitled.
I think, you know what? I think what a lot of liberal Americans can't get their heads around is that there are a lot of people that just wanted to vote for Trump. They just liked him. And I don't think people wanted to believe that that's what America was about. But we've kind of always been this way. And if you want to ask the people that really knew that, it's black people.
Comedian Michelle Wolf, though, shares her take on America and Trump's popularity.
But the media's tamed down a little bit. They're liking us much better now, I think. If they don't, we'll have to just take them on again, and we don't want to do that.
Think about how dire of a situation it is when Donald Trump says something like this.
Well, I mean, I feel like for jokes, nothing's off limits as long as you have a good enough punchline. There's those topics where it's like, you're going to go after that, your punchlines better be good.
Better hit.
Yeah. They're the hardest jokes to do, but they're the most rewarding when they work.
Right.
But like journalism, stuff like that, it's like a lot of that just feels like, because I mean, I have a lot of problems with journalism, but one of the biggest is that they're trying to make it entertainment. And like they try to like be like, what's the headline question going to be? You know, what's going to spark people's anger or emotions? And, instead of actually doing the work.
And thus Wolf rightfully calls it out. Let's also not forget how Donald Trump went after Michelle Wolf post White House Correspondents Dinner roast, which she recapped with none other than Joe Rogan.
He said something about when I don't remember the exact tweet he sent me, but it was like something so-called comedian did such a terrible job. Oh yeah.
I bet you'd be on my side if I had killed a journalist.
And that was right after that was during the Khashoggi stuff or whatever it was. Saudi
Jamal Khashoggi,
the Saudi journalist that had been murdered.
This is what he said. So-called comedian Michelle Wolf. By the way, that is like some of the best publicity you could ever get.
Yeah,
the president says this. Bombed so badly last year at the White House Correspondents Dinner. First of all, not true. You can go listen to the recordings. People were laughing. Like, come on. This is so crazy that you say that. Bomb so badly. Play it back.
Yeah.
Let's play it back. What's all that noise?
I don't know if he wrote this tweet, though, because the grammar is so perfect that I'm like...
right, the dash in between so and called.
Yeah, it just feels like I was like, did someone else draft this?
Could be.
Two things stand out. First, Wolf handled his tweet incredibly well, with a good joke. Second, hearing Rogan talk this way about Trump just 5 years ago is an odd sight to see.
I am the least racist person there is anywhere in the world.
What an indictment on the United States of America, specifically those who voted for this. In Wolf's own words,
what's the difference between Michelle Wolf, the performer, and Michelle Wolf, the person?
We're pretty much the same. I start all my conversations with, you guys hear about this? My friends hate me.
What do you hope for yourself 5 years from now?
To be better than I am now.
What do you hope for America 5 years from now?
To be less racist. Come on, guys. Try like a little.
Indeed, try a little. Like not voting for a bigot in general.
Well, that's embarrassing. What's that stuck to President Trump's shoe as he boards Air Force One?
Even though sometimes the jokes write themselves, Wolf, a seasoned comedian, shares how her line of work has actually gotten a lot harder over the Trump years.
Well, he's definitely made comedy harder because everything seems sort of dire right now. And so it's harder to make people laugh, I think. And also, most Trump jokes are so hacky that... You know, like if you're gonna do a joke about Trump, it's gotta be like a new angle I haven't heard before. I don't want to hear anything about his orange skin or his hands or whatever. Now everyone likes to use the excuse, I was just joking. And I'm like, no. We were joking. We are the comedians. If you're going to say you're just joking, then you better do bar shows and open mics for several years and then earn the credit of being called a comedian so that you can go and say, I was joking. It's like, that's our thing. We're joking.
And rightfully again, she calls out those who aren't strong-willed enough to stand by what they said.
The one thing that we have known, and it has been true for a very long time in our voting history, is that there are white women who vote their ideology, and that includes their gender, and there are white women who do not. The white women who do not are voting their race as opposed to their gender. And we are seeing that in this election cycle as well. That means we should not put all women in a single category. Far too often, the relationship between patriarchy and gender, racism come together, and we see these differences every time. Well,
By the way, here's a look at who should have been the mayor of New York City. Instead, they got Eric Adams. Anyways, with Wolf, she shares similar sentiments.
That's what I feel like the liberal white community does a lot, where they're like, no, but we don't want to talk about like how we're racist. We want to talk about how we don't want to be racist. And I'm like, yeah, but let's talk about how we're racist.
So you can change
so
it.
that we can recognize that we're racist and then change it.
Right.
Like it's that like weird distinction where it's like, no, you have to comment on how things are and recognize how they are before you can make them better. Because we've done that a lot in America. You guys have probably noticed as black people. That we tend to just not take responsibility and pretend like things are okay.
Exactly. When of course they are not. Liberal white women are in turn holding back progress, as she explains.
We are following breaking news. Fox News alert right now.
She also has very fair and on-point criticisms about the news industry, including this.
Flint really still doesn't have clean water, you know? Like, there's plenty of other issues that are happening rather than what, like, Trump tweeted and covering that for, like, 6 hours. It's like, you can report on everything Trump did. You don't have to keep reporting on it, and you don't have to bring in a panel of people to talk about what he said and then to argue about if it was racist. It was. But, you know, we don't need to keep covering it. It's like, report the news and then report the other news, because there's plenty of terrible things happening, and we're not covering it.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.